Welcome to Oldsmob 455, working on the 442 swivel buckets today. Actually I have 4 of these, now out of the 4 I gotta make 2 good ones. 442 is not in here right now, it's at another body shop, getting the roof worked on. Just wasn't kosher. This seat worked good, except it's rusted out. Car had a sunroof somebody put in there, and years of leaking moisture in there took its toll. I could probably patch this, but the ones that came in the car are pretty good. So I'm gonna see if I can get this base to work on the one in the car, because the one in the car, this whole area is wallered out and it doesn't lock for the swivel. So I'm gonna see if I can get these 4 bolts out the bottom. I wanted to use these plastics too, and clearly this base has to come off, or this black piece to be able to come off. I'm gonna paint everything up too, I think. Make it look real nice. Yep. That's what I was hoping for. I'm thinking this is gonna slip right off now. Oh yeah. This is in quite nice shape, this piece. One of the black pieces needs some patching. This plastic is in much worse shape than I thought. I thought it was just busted down here, but it's cracked all on here. So I'll have to see what I can do to reinforce it and patch it. Yeah, these are stepped up, so you can probably add something on the inside. You won't see it. I just gotta figure out what type of glue I can get to stick to this. So this is for the tracks, slide it forward and back, and then this is for the rotate deal. Try to remember what spring goes where. I did this in the Trans Am. I took these tracks out of here, cleaned all that up. I'll do the same to this, grease it up so it slides front and back real easy. Let me see if I can even get this to turn. Look at all the grit in there, I mean. This is riveted, so I don't think this is going to be going in the glass cabinet. I'll have to clean it up the old-fashioned way. Oh, here's the locking mechanism right here. The feet have a lot more corrosion than the one from California. So these tracks will probably be used off the California base. It is super tight. So I'm liking that. I'm gonna show you the one that came in the car in a minute. This plastic's pretty good, except it's got a little crack here and a little crack there. This bottom piece actually has both handles on it. Well, I just pulled, it came off. Here's one of the California seat pans. Much nicer, probably because there was no sunroof in it. These screws are all looking like they'll come out without a fight. This pan's got crackage on top. This one doesn't have that piece coming off the side. We'll look at those covers in a minute. I think these were out of like a Monte Carlo or something. I'm guessing this car didn't come with those. This piece of plastic's in excellent shape, but someone already painted it with something. Probably held good for a while, but you can see it's coming undone. That's why I want to use those black backs in case something like this happens. No crackage here. These seats were actually reupholstered once. I think that's busted right there. That's in rough shape. Hopefully a repair was made on this right there. Like a piece of a bumper or something. Epoxy. I don't even know what this stuff is. It's sticking good, whatever it is though. Oh, more epoxy back here. Looks like the crack just came through it. This was the driver's seat. Look how loose that is. It's not even close. You can see there's like a piece of plastic or something in there. This one's missing completely. This lock's all worn off. There ain't nothing left to that. Somebody put a booger weld on it. I don't think I'll be using this base. I dismantled some of this stuff. I'm gonna take it to the wash tank and see if I can get anything freed up. Probably do a bunch of wire wheeling afterwards. This one isn't bad in general, but it has like a nylon spacer there, and that's C-shaped. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it wraps all around this disc. I am going to use the original tracks off these on the other two bases. Those nylon pieces are riveted in there, so I don't want to take that all apart and replace it with like bolts or something like that. Try to keep these pieces as they are. Somebody completely bent the crap out of this swivel release. It's supposed to look like that. This piece that's riveted on is all been repaired. Crappy repair at that. You know, these seats are reupholstered. Wouldn't you fix all this? Maybe it was, I don't know. Guy's probably a behemoth that was sitting in this seat. I'm gonna cut a chunky angle to span across the bottom and bolt this onto it so I can chuck it up in the vise. Then I think I'm gonna make a spanner tool so I can turn it. I'm gonna polish up these surfaces that are riding on this plastic. Top and bottom. Try to get this disc to pivot as free as possible. Right now I can't even budget. Alright, I got my angle on there so my piece is clamped to the vise. I made like a big spanner bar to go in these holes. I don't want to be beating it back and forth with a hammer. And then I've wire wheeled the area that's going to ride in that piece of plastic, at least on the top. I'm going to shoot some oil in here and see if I can get it to turn. Oh yeah. There's like a positive stop on it. It only rotates so far one direction. So I'm going to clean this up with the wire wheel now and just keep working my way around the thing, top and bottom. I got the bottom as best I could through this hole and through that hole. The plate rotates 90 degrees, so I'm not going to be able to get a hold of it, unfortunately. So I'm going to wire wheel the rest of this off and then paint it. So this is the good one. Let's take a look at the bad one. I'll clean this up before I start turning on it. That lip is all cleaned up. This one I can rotate by hand. It's still plenty tight. It's not wiggling around in there. These pieces are cleaned up as good as I'm going to get them. I'm just going to put them in the forward position and then paint them like that. Here's one of the seat backs after it was blasted. This one I got to weld up here and there. Other than that, it looks to be in nice shape. This is all glue that didn't come off with that shop blaster. So I'm just going to take the wire wheel and zip all that off quick. This is the original foam. It was on there good, so I just left it on there. Put some tape over this when I painted. But I gotta get in here. They really put the glue in this groove. I'm going to switch to a wheel like this. Little crack starting right there. And then it looks like the hog ring or whatever was wiring through here and here. Somebody shot a screw on low down here, so I'm going to weld this up. There it is welded up. I left a little meat on there. Wipe the grease prints off and all these pieces are basically ready for some epoxy primer now. Using the Summit primer. First coat of epoxy on these pieces. I couldn't really get the bottoms too well, so probably gonna get at least 2 coats. I did a quick coat of Summit brand chassis black on this stuff. Just trying to keep it from rusting. Doesn't look the prettiest, but it'll do. I had these seats the other way on the table to paint in these grooves here. I'm gonna see if I can sit them up. I'm gonna paint up in here and then see if I can set them up to paint them. They're kind of hard to paint on that rack. Here's the stuff pretty wet yet. Painted springs and all. I'm gonna try cleaning these, see how they look. And then maybe repair them. They're cracked like here and right there. You can see it on the bottom side. This one's got big cracks there and there. And then it's missing a little chunk right there. Since these are black, I'm gonna try to fix these two. And I think I'm gonna try painting them black with some interior trim paint. And before that, I'm gonna use some adhesion promoter. So probably clean them up real good. Use a grease and wax remover. and then adhesion promoter and paint. I put a smidge of fiberglass resin there, and then grind it out. Probably a little behind there too to give it some strength, but I mean the piece is stronger than what it was. There it is filled in. I'm gonna blow this off, wipe it all down with the greaser gun. It's all the cleaner these pieces really wanted to come. Ready to paint in 5 minutes, the can says. Guess I'll let that flash off and then we'll put the paint on them. I was gonna try some of this, see if it works okay. Trim paint. If I can get away with it, I'm not gonna paint the upper portions. Start with the bad spot, I suppose. I don't think I want to put this stuff on too heavy. Try to keep a thin coat. Guess I'm just gonna let that dry off and see what we got. I didn't see any cracks in these pieces. I got them washed off here. My plan is to clean them off as best I can. I'm just gonna use some sort of like protectant that makes them shine. And then I think it'll be a good enough match. I find painting plastic kind of cheesy, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. But if this stuff scratches, there's black behind it at least. These covers have dried off, and you can see they really don't look that hot. So I'm gonna clean them up with that grease and wax remover. Then I'll put that protectant on it. Let it dry overnight, and I'll compare it to the bases. The protectant on that piece wet, and they actually look pretty close. The thing about that is you have to keep adding that every now and then to keep that shine. What else do you do? So these C-tracks are in a standalone video. I'm pretty pleased with how freely it's moving. I snapped the pick how it was. Here we go, springs painted and all. Springs back on it. Need this little guy to lock this mechanism. So I just turn the rotating plate. I'm just gonna put some grease on top here, pack a little bit on the bottom, and then that's all it's gonna get. Turn it back into the lock position. I'll wipe the excess off and then sit for grease. These stops here are the mechanism that keeps it rotating only 90 degrees. See how this guy goes on? Put them together with all factory hardware. A day later, it's still kind of shiny. Seems like there's almost a little bit of adjustability there. Trying to tweak your seat. Well, there it is. That's I'm gonna give it back to the upholstery guy. Here's the other side. Remember how bad that looked? Here's all the parts that I had, not including the finished 2 pans. I'm gonna give back to the upholstery guy. And I knew I had to get rid of all this stuff, so I had to press on this project. I'm gonna take my best cushions, toss them on these old things, throw them back in the car. These 2 bungs are off the black covered seats, and they have like a seatbelt switch. I think you sit on it, it makes contact. So I'm gonna play with those, see if I can get them fixed. And this one still has a connector on it. I wasn't sure what the connector is supposed to look like. I don't know if that 73 had this or not, but at least they'll be there if it did. I'm going with new foam for these seats. I think I only paid like, it was less than like $300 for the foam. It's like if you're going through all this effort, why wouldn't you put new foam in it? This stuff here is made in the USA. This other stuff was like getting cut up and everything else. you know, you slide in and out of there and this gets all busted up. The guy said he could have glued it all back together, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna be more comfortable with newer foam in there. Here's what I had for back seats. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use these or not. The fronts I bought with these, it's like, why would I want that digging into my back? I think I actually got them for $74 too. Those covers I got are PUI. The other manufacturer, the better one, didn't make them for this, but they don't have this piece. It's held in there by clips. So I'm gonna clean these up, and then hopefully the guy reuses these. And this one, I can feel it. It feels like it works. This one too, probably. Foam gets compressed, and then there's probably a couple copper plates in there that make contact. Turned out pretty good. This one, there's nothing to solder on, ended up melting in a little bit, but the copper's still making contact. So I'm just gonna wrap some. I'm gonna put a piece of duct tape around it, and then see if it works. Well, it does appear to still work. Just wondering. I mean, it's not much different than this. Are you gonna feel that? Probably not through all that padding, but I'll give it to the upholstery guy, see what he says. If you don't like it, I'll just leave him out. Seats back from the upholstery guy, and for the most part they look pretty good. Give them like maybe a 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. A little bit of wrinklage. He said he had to add foam all around it in the center, and that replacement foam, I got the wires pulled out of it. So you actually had to put wires behind it and then hog ring through it. It's a lot better than what I had. But I did something with my wire here and put red electrical tape on it. I'll probably go over that with black or heat shrink or something. I think I'm gonna place them in the car for now, and then they'll be ready when I get to it. There they are. They look pretty good in there. Remember, I was missing one of these handles. I was able to find an NOS one, box and everything. There are some repops, but they're pretty bad. I think I'll install that at a later date. The upholstery guy had these seats for over a month, probably 6 weeks. So I'm gonna get this video out, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.